Well, welcome back to the Ruby Buckle here at the Lazy E Arena in Guthrie, Oklahoma. I'm Amy Wilson, and I get to be joined here at the EQN Sports Desk, which is driven by Holiday Auto Group, by Brittany Tonozzi. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So we just finished the first round of the Futurity. You won $10,000. That includes the stallion and the breeder payout as well. But you are the breeder, the owner, the rider, the trainer, all of it. So this is super cool. I want to hear all about Blazing the Way. So this is a Sorrel stallion. He's 5 years old, already has yearlings.
Yes.
So well on his way to being a superstar.
Yeah, we started early. He is out of my NFR mare. I'm a Famous Babe, also known as Katniss. We lost her, I think, actually before he was born, or maybe right after he was born, and that was a devastation to our program. And we only got 3 babies out of her. And actually, he is a product of a double flush. And I got one of the recips, and Andrea Busby got the other recip, and she ended up with the filly, and I ended up with the stud. And so the filly, his full sister, featured last year, and she did really well. And so, genetics are a crazy thing, and Streakin' Six Babe has definitely put her mark on all of our horses in our program, and plus Blazing Jetalina. And after I rode Benny at the NFR, I just knew that was the cross that I wanted to carry on with. They're just so trainable and so reliable and make barrel racing fun. And I think that Katniss put her little spin on Blazing Jetalina, and it's just the perfect match.
Yeah, what a combination. So take us back to Streakin' Six Babe. 3 NFR money earners she produced, really the cornerstone of your whole breeding program.
Yes, so I actually purchased her from Charmaine James. Like maybe the year after my rookie year, like 04, 05, I decided I wanted to be in the breeding business. And her first baby that I had was, I'm a Superfly guy, and I placed him at the finals. And without her, my program wouldn't be anywhere near what it is today. And she was just off the track. Danielle Campbell actually claimed her for Charmaine at Los Al on the racetrack. And so she's kind of been in some all different hands, and it's kind of just a neat little circle that all the barrel racers have gotten to enjoy her.
What cool details.
Yeah.
I love hearing all about that. So Streakin' Six Babe had Katniss and Birdie.
Yes.
And then now we're seeing Blazing the Way and just so many other winners. You were actually running for today?
Yes. Yes. So Blazing the Way was the only Streakin' Six Babe grand get that I was on today, but then the other ones were all out of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which is my other Dash to Fame daughter that has produced Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and she did really well in the Derby. So yeah, it's just neat to see all this come to fruition and win. So,
I know.
Yeah.
We know you love winning. You are so hardcore. I will never forget when, you'll have to tell us how old Tinley was when you ran at the national circuit finals. Was she 11 or 14 days old?
Yes, 14 days. 14 days old.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
That's so crazy. So you are hardcore, and I don't know how you do it, because most people can't train Futurity and Derby horses and rodeo full time, and somehow you do it all. How do you?
Well, I have a great support team at home. Garrett actually had a huge part in training this horse. I really didn't step on him until the middle to the end of his 4-year-old year. Garrett rode him his whole 3-year-old year. He roped on him, and he made my life as a trainer of Blazing the Way just so much easier. And we were thinking about running him as a 4, but he had already gotten so many mares at the breeding farm that we were like, we'll just wait till he's 5, just so we give him the best chance possible.
Yeah.
And you can rope both ends on this horse. He just will do anything you ask him to do. And he's super balanced and super correct. And I just am really excited about him and putting him back into my program and putting Katniss back into my program, because that was just such a devastation that we lost her.
Yeah, it truly was. Speaking of your support system at home, and as much as you love to win, Tinley, she might love to win even more, you think?
Not only does she love to win, but she loves to outrun me. And she's been doing quite the job of it lately, actually. So she has a nice little new horse, and we're super excited about him. And now I'm just training horses to try to keep her winning.
Mounted, yeah.
Mounted and winning. So that's going to be a complicated.
She's winning the CPRA. She
Yes.
just ran at the cinch shootout with
Yes, yeah.
all the pros, and she actually bred to Blazing the Way, right?
Yes,
her
so
pony.
She bred her pony Chip to Blazing the Way, and Chip had her baby a couple weeks ago, and he's already running around the pasture like all the rest of the Blazing the Way babies.
So
and
cute, little paint.
She told me that she's going to put him in the pink buckle sale. That we're actually Blazing the Way will be pink buckle next year. He's only Ruby Buckle right now, but next year he will be pink, and she's going to break the baby and train it to run barrels and poles and put it back in the sale.
Oh, I can't wait to see
big
that.
Big aspirations. I'll believe it when I see it, right?
Right. That really is cool, though. And you said all of his babies just love to run.
They
just
do.
Run around?
They just I just thought it was mine. And then everyone that I've talked to that's had babies, they're like, oh my gosh, we just look out in the pasture and they're just running around. And so I'm like, well, at least they like to run.
Yeah, they love to run. And so does Blazing the Way. I think we should take a look at this barrel racing run to win the 1D in the Futurity here at the Ruby Buckle, round number 1, 16.956. So as we watch this, tell us all about it.
Right here, he maybe got a little too short with me, and I probably messed him up more than he messed me up right there going across the second, but I don't know how you get a faster second barrel, and he's just so easy riding to the third. You can ride him one-handed, and like I said, this horse just makes barrel racing fun, and he has just impressed us so much, and we love him.
He is gorgeous and looks so smooth, and as you mentioned, fun. Does he remind you at all of Benny?
No, and he doesn't remind me of Katniss either. I mean, he's kind of his own little guy. Mm-hmm. He does have the kind of Blazin' Jetalina style, I feel like, but then he really has her speed, and I think it was just the perfect combination of the two of them.
Yeah, he is so cool. So you will run in round 2 on Friday. That's when the Futurity continues. The sale is tomorrow, just to remind everyone, so you can join us for that. Tell us about just the entire lineup and being here this week. Anything else?
No, I mean, I just love coming to these events. It's first class all the way. And it's nice to see all of the horses that are. The Derby was incredibly tough. It was insane, and it's cool to see our industry just come up to that level. You know, like I don't even think you got to check the second day if you weren't a 16.9. And everybody's saying it's really tough, but it just shows how much we've elevated the industry and how much better the horses are getting, and the riders, and it's just really cool to see all of this coming together, and the money we get to run at. I mean, there's 4 rodeos I could have gone to this week and that I didn't go to because I knew I needed to be here as a business decision and run for the money.
Yeah, very well said. It is cool to see the horsepower, and you have to be proud of your program too. I mean, all the years that you've put in and building the breeding program and training and showcasing them.
And because of these guys at the Pink Buckle, I feel like my daughter can go on and make a good living for herself if she wants to. Running barrels, where whenever I first started out, it was basically just the rodeos, and you broke even or lost money until the NFR, and then that was your chance to hopefully win enough money to go the next year. And so these events have definitely elevated the industry, and they've made other producers step up, and it's like we get to have 4 or 5 Futurity NFRs every year, and so it's really cool to see.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Speaking of the NFR, 18 trips, which is amazing. What continues to motivate you to go to the rodeos and the NFR, and what are your goals there?
Yeah, I think I've always just been a rodeo girl at heart. I mean, I started doing it when I was 19, and I really don't know any different. But there's just something about winning a rodeo that you just can't can't replicate. Yeah, and it is the rodeo will always have my heart, and I think that I would love to see where the sponsors get the recognition at these events that they do at the rodeos, and I would love to see these events be televised and be put more on a priority like the rodeos are. And so I think we'll get there, especially with the guys that we have, running the buckles and the Royal Crown and all the different things. I think we can get there, but
Yeah, I think back to some of the horses I've watched you run throughout the years, some very different styles. What has been your favorite, and what things do you try to put into your horses as you train?
Well, my two favorite horses I didn't train. That would definitely be Benny and Duke, and Latricia Duke gets all the credit for training him, and Jana Beam Brown gets all the credit for training Benny. But I feel like those horses were horses that I could win on inside, outside, every which way, and they were easy to ride, and that's how world titles are won. And I just loved Benny, and I loved that Dash to Fame, Blazing Jetalina Cross, and that's when kind of Blazing the Way came to be what we wanted. And I have some other Dash to Fame mares that I'm still breeding to Blazing Jetalina, and so I want to keep that. I really like that cross, and I really like the Trace Aces too. So those are kind of my three go-tos. Blazing Jetalina, Dash to Fame, Trace Ace. I like to have one of those three lines of pedigree in what I'm running, and I think the easier the horse is to ride, and the more that it helps you, the easier it is to win. And I feel like that's what I try to gear towards.
Yeah.
Because, it's hard to win already, right? And if your horse is not trying to help you win, that makes it even harder, especially when you're running like 10 nights in Vegas and you're in a tiny little pen, and so, but yeah, I feel like Duke and Benny were those two horses that, really helped me win and wanted to win for me. But you could run those horses anywhere. You could run them inside, outside, and it didn't matter.
Yeah, I think that was really evident watching them, that they loved to win too.
Yes.
Yeah. So Blazing the Way, I know you're excited and think he'll adapt to the rodeo as well. Talk more about his personality in that.
He hasn't told me no, not one time. So he's pretty level-headed.
Does anyone tell you no? No, I'm just kidding.
Horses tell me no all the time, every day. But I just think he's going to transition really smooth. He's got a great mind. He wants to keep the barrels up. He wants to turn the barrels. And now at this point in his career, if he messes up, it's on me. Because he's already proven to everyone that he can do it time and time again, but maybe his rider might not.
Yeah, and you have to make sure he doesn't get stolen away to be a rope horse either. So
I
he
know.
Can do anything.
I know. Yeah. He is going to be coming to the Riata Buckle, and he's going to get the rope in the Riata. I'm going to give him up for that 1 week.
So is he a Riata stallion?
He will be next year.
He will be next year.
So next year he will be Riata, Ruby, Young Guns, and Pink. So he will be all of the things. And Garrett's going to rope on him and head on him and here. And so, yeah. We actually, the way I got him ready for this week was Garrett roped on him. So
that's so cool. Well, for everyone watching, great news that he will be Riata, Pink, Ruby, all of that.
All of the things,
Yeah. Well, Brittany, it's been so fun. Congratulations again. Anything else you want to add about this win?
Thank you. I just couldn't do it without my team.
Yeah.
Garrett, obviously, was a huge part in training this horse and getting him ready. And then Paige Clayton, she's here helping me. And we have 7 head, and, it's a long day.
It
and
is.
so without my team, it probably wouldn't get done as good.
Well, I know they all love to win, and it's fun to watch it. Best of luck to you and to Tenley. It's so much fun to watch her, and her little pony is so cute, so everyone should check that out too. But big congratulations again. Round number 1 of our Futurity here at the Ruby Buckle, Blazing the Way, and Brittany Tonozzi, $10,000, 16,956. A lot of fun to start off the Futurity this way. I'm Amy Wilson. This is the EQN Sports Desk.